Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 27 Minutes here on WJTS UPN 27. St. Joseph's Hospital and Deconess Hospital have joined forces. The two held a joint press conference on Wednesday to discuss the affiliation.
The decision was finalized to affiliate with Deconess Hospital of Evansville.
The announced affiliation of Deconess Hospital of Evansville and St. Joseph's Hospital in Huntingburg under the Deconess Development Corporation, DDC, will take effect on October 1st, 1999. According to John Graves, President and CEO of St. Joseph's Hospital, the affiliation will allow St. Joseph's Hospital to retain management of operations while at the same time taking advantage of Deconess Hospital's greater resources.
This affiliation in no way implies a merger or purchase by either facility. And both hospitals will continue to be governed by their respective boards of directors. St. Joseph's will continue its status as a primary care hospital with a new name. The new name will be Deconess St. Joseph's Hospital. Both hospitals will maintain autonomy in management and control of local decisions.
Both hospital boards will be expanded to include a representative from the other board.
Force would explore the forming of an alliance between
Tom Kramer, President and CEO of Deconess Hospital, noted the benefits for both hospitals.
Sincerely dedicated to the development of a plan which would allow each hospital to serve its community better. Now, as affiliated partners, I believe we are prepared to meet the health care needs of this area, while at the same time we have created a basis for growth that will enhance the future of both organizations.
Kramer?
In the question-answer session that followed the press conference, he referred to the affiliation as a win-win situation.
What hopes to achieve from this relationship is, number one, to allow St. Joseph's to grow and become stronger as a primary care hospital. But clearly, as a primary care facility, St. Joseph's won't be able to care for all the patients of this area. And so when those patients need care and it can't be provided at the local level, we're hoping that those patients will come down to Deconess Hospital. So clearly there's
issues of job security and program development were also addressed.
There is no immediate plans for any downsizing or anything. Both hospitals have worked in the past few years to become more efficient, and this is not about downsizing, and it's not about staffing. It's about greater opportunities for the staff, providing more services and a larger revenue base to ensure our existence.
One reason given for the affiliation is the difficulty that standalone hospitals face when seeking participation in managed care programs and some insurance plans that are regional and statewide in nature.
St. Joseph's is financially doing well.
Name change would take place immediately with signage to follow.
It's not about doing this to survive. It's about doing it to provide a better product in the market.
Development of new programs are already being looked at.
We have focus groups that are working on various projects. One, we will probably work immedately with Deconess and management of our mental health unit. We will be looking at developing a new mammography suite. We may be looking at upgrading several pieces of our current equipment, our technologies. That we are looking at community needs. One of the things that we hope to do is do a community needs assessment in the market area in conjunction with the other hospitals and providers in the area. And we want the community to tell us what they want and need, and once we complete that market study, then we can go forward. Are there any other questions?
Tony Frick, TV 27 News.
Stay tuned. We will have more 27 Minutes after this. Yep. It's now time for today's homeowner, brought to you by Kremp Lumber Company in Jasper.
Now here's some good painting tips for you, especially if you're about to paint a large area in your house. Naturally, you'll want to use a roller frame, and a roller extension handle. This really makes the job a lot easier, and it'll keep you down off those ladders a lot more. Now, of course, when you're buying the roller pan that you'll use, buy a nice deep one like this one. Makes the job a lot neater, and it holds a lot more paint. Now, to make cleanup a lot easier, use a plastic garbage bag and just slip it right over the pan like this. Then when you finish your paint job, you can peel it right back off, throw it away, no cleanup necessary. Now when you're buying a quantity of paint for a large area, say 3 to 4 to 5 gallons, pour a quantity of it in a 5-gallon bucket like this, and then box it back and forth. Pour some in here, pour some back in there, and mix it as you go. That'll keep the consistency in the paint from one batch to the other.
We will be right back. Yes. Welcome back to 27 Minutes. Preparing for the future is always a task facing area elementary schools and their administrators. Tony Frick looks at the new computers at the 10th Street School in Jasper.
Boys and girls, if you have the screensaver on, touch any button.
What's new at 10th Street Elementary?
Then you're ready already. Remember, this is our first time at computer lab.
Well, we're really excited for the children here at 10th Street. We have available in every classroom, every regular education classroom, 5 computers that the children can work on during free time or set scheduled computer times. Also, we have available a complete computer lab that will house every student within a class. So if a teacher wants to go down and have a group discussion through a computer program such as Mrs. Jasper is doing now with her class, you will see that she can do this very easily from with each child being at a computer station or a computer being ran through her television set in the classroom.
Don't let me type my name. This is the demonstration.
Are you happy with it?
Oh, so far it's just been a godsend. I see children's faces lighting up. I've seen dedicated teachers. Teachers have spent many hours training. They've worked very closely with our lab assistant, Jane Roberts, who's just been wonderful working through the transition between old programs and new programs. Mr. Routson, Fred Routson, has helped our teachers through hardware and training needs. I've been very impressed with our staff as a whole.
In addition to classroom connections and the main lab, there is a 16-unit mini lab.
I want you to think of this, whenever we work with the computer, as a drawing tool. It's just like a pen.
These 16 units are linked to the network just as anything else, and this is our room of the future. Basically, one of our weaknesses that we had was that our fine arts department and our special education classrooms could not do any group activities. Therefore, we've created this second mini lab where every child can get in here and sometimes on a buddy system work on art issues, actually composing music, and you know, the possibilities are limitless.
It's just like a pencil, paintbrush. A computer is a drawing tool. And today we're going to be learning.
However, at this time what we have is the capabilities. Now we need to pursue those software and training issues.
Next, I want you to go to help.
Superintendent Larry Riggs was visiting 10th Street and commented on today's need for software and computers in the classroom.
Anytime lost, raise your hand.
We feel that computers offer all of those things, a great deal more education, worldwide education, different teaching styles that will be imparted to our students. So it's just a way that we feel that will enhance the classroom as it has existed in the past.
One use for the mini lab has been for classroom teacher training.
Truthfully, that's the key component to any successful technology program is the teacher training. If you don't invest time into teaching teachers about what the computers can do, you're really hurting yourself. All you're doing is purchasing a lot of expensive furniture.
You've read that whole page.
Mr. Taylor remarked that 10th Street has a unique teacher training program with Kimball International as a sponsor.
That teachers have donated many hours after school, and they even came in before the contracted school year started to learn about our computers.
Bigger line, all the way to the biggest.
Students find that both the old and new software opens up the pursuit of adventures and treasures.
Math munchers. The kids get on here, they have to, it'll give directions at the top, and then this little guy munches up the pieces on the board, and so they're getting math skills. And there's another one, word munchers, that they like as well. Trying to introduce 2 new pieces of software each week, get them familiar with that, and then bring 2 more the next week. It's all educational material. It's not just games. It's all skill-oriented, and it's just reinforcing what's being taught in the classroom.
Treasures can also be found through a traditional accelerated reading program.
Read books. Once they have finished reading a book, they come to the computer and they take a test on that particular book, and then they earn points. And then each grading period we have an award ceremony, and if they've reached a certain level of points, then they get to choose prizes, and that's very popular.
The PTC's fundraiser helps fill that treasure chest of awards.
And then the box here.
What does the Millennium hold for the other elementaries?
In the future, we intend to do basically the same thing at our other 2 elementaries, Ireland and 5th Street, that we've done at 10th Street this year, and that is a complete upgrade of computers within the classroom. Also, a portion of this project this year at 10th Street was the purchase of laptop computers for each individual teacher. And Mr. Taylor and the teachers at 10th Street are studying that as a pilot program, and should it be something that's beneficial and the teachers at Ireland and 5th Street would like, when we do the upgrade in the spring at those 2 elementary schools, laptops would also be purchased at that time for those teachers as well.
Stay tuned. We will have a look at sports right after this. Yep. As always, Friday, a busy night in high school football. All 3 of the area teams in action. Jasper will be on the road in Big 8 play to battle Vincennes. The Wildcats squared their record at 2-2 after a win over Tell City on Friday. Jasper topped Tell City for the 7th straight season with a 30-20 win at Alumni Stadium. The Marksmen took an early 6-0 lead as Nick Yuta scored on a 4-yard run with 8:21 to go in the first to make it 6-0. Jasper would strike back as Ross Hardings got over from the 1 with 5:52 to go in the first. The PAT kick by Justin Merringer was good to make it 7-6 Wildcats. The Cats went up 13-6 when Doug Butel scored on a 3-yard run with 2:37 to go in the first. The Tell City Marksmen tied the game at 13 in the second quarter as sophomore QB Phil Johnson went up top and hit Jimmy Logsdon with a 37-yard touchdown pass with 8:15 to go until halftime. Jasper went up 21-13 as Ross Harding scored his second TD of the night on a 2-yard plunge with 3:37 to go in the first half. Cats opened the second half of the game with a touchdown pass as Harding hit junior end Michael Allis with a 33-yard strike with 9:08 to go in the third quarter. The Wildcats closed the scoring with a 17-yard field goal from Justin Maringer with 11:51 to go in the game. The Marksmen closed the gap late in the fourth as Utah scored on a 2-yard run. Doug Butel led the ground attack with 246 yards on 34 carries and a score. Overall, the Cats rushed for 343 yards on the night. The Cats win the 50th game of this rivalry. The final at Alumni, Jasper 30, the Marksmen 20. Kickoff at Inman Field is set for 7:30. You can see the game tomorrow morning at 10 right here on UPN 27. Meanwhile, Southridge will try to bounce back from their loss to Heritage Hills when they take on the South Spencer Rebels in a homecoming game tonight at Raider Field. It was a tough night last week for the Raiders. They fell to Heritage Hills. The rumble in the jungle turned into a walk in the park for the Heritage Hills Patriots. They shut out Southridge 31-0 in the much-anticipated matchup in Lincoln City. Senior tailback John Goldsberry rushed for 202 yards on 15 carries and scored 3 touchdowns for the Patriots. The first Heritage Hills score came on a 34-yard screen pass from Jay Cutler to Goldsberry with 4:57 to go in the first quarter. Ryan Elliott's PAT kick was good to make it 7-0. After a long drive, Goldsberry rolled over from the 1 with 5:53 to go in the half to make it 14-0 after the kick. The Patriots probably put the game away with 21 seconds to go in the first half as they had the ball in the shadow of their own end zone. Goldsberry busted around the right end and got out in the open and bolted down the sideline in front of the Patriot bench for a 94-yard touchdown run to make it 21-0. Goldsberry basically finished his night as he battled cramps the rest of the evening and only had 4 carries in the second half. One of Southridge's 3 fumbles on the game set up the next Patriots score as the Raiders fumbled at their own 7. Southridge's defense hung tough to force a 21-yard field goal that was good by Ryan Elliott to make it 24-0 with 6:41 to go in the third. Then with 4:15 to go, Jay Cutler hit a wide-open Tim Ash for a 57-yard touchdown pass that made it 31-0 Patriots. The Patriots rolled up 417 yards of total offense in the game. The Raiders had to play without the services of quarterback Corey Menke, who went out after the first series with a concussion. Once again, the final in Lincoln City, Heritage Hills 31, Southridge 0. And also, one of the highlights of the fall sports season around the area is the annual Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame Celebrity Golf Classic. Director of the Hall of Fame, Ray Howard, looks at this year's event.
The date for this year's golf event is October the 8th. It'll be a 9 o'clock shotgun start out at Sultan's Run. And preceding that, we have the night before, we have a pairings party for all the players and the celebrities and our sponsors that come in. And the day after this year, on August the 9th, we're bringing the auction back to Jasper. It's been in Indianapolis for the last 2 years. And we think that we can do just as well down here with the folks. So with our auction, we've got already over 100 items that are going to be in the auction, from basketball, football, baseball, and a number of baseball items. And what should be, I think, this year, some really hot items. We got Scott Rowland's shoes from his '98 Gold Glove year that he signed, both of those. We got a bat and a couple baseballs from him. We have a baseball from Tony Gwynn that's signed. Got his 3,000th hit, and surely a Hall of Famer. We got a current Hall of Fame manager, Tommy Lasorda. We got some things from Andy Bennis, and there's just a large number of items that, and we'll put a listing for anybody that wants. They can contact me, and we'll make sure they get a list. We also have this year, we started last year, a raffle the day of the golf tournament. And for a $10 raffle ticket, all the golfers can have a chance at. We got a couple VCRs that are in there. We got a set of Hogan irons. We got an armoire, from one of the companies here. We have rounds of golf from various places around the state, in addition to golf balls and other golf equipment that are going to be given away that day of the golf tournament.
When you look at the auction, it's a great auction because all the stuff is very legitimized. I mean, because the contacts that we have and you have, we get the stuff signed right away, and it's from the people themselves. So that's one of the best kept secrets. This auction is really great.
That's one of the highlights of the auction and why I think so many of the people like it, just for what you reiterated. Everything is authentic. In most of the cases, they even when we get stuff from the major league teams, they put an authentication card in there for it, and either I'm getting it or you're getting it, or some of the people that are working directly with us are in direct contact with these people. So there's no secondhand stuff in here. It's straight from the people themselves, and everything is authenticated. I don't worry about anybody having to come back ever and say, well, this is not legitimate, because there just isn't any, and that's one of the things that really makes this good, and it's first generation stuff.
Talk about some of the people that will be coming into play. I know Scott Rowland's scheduled, Matt Mock from Jasper, a lot of the guys that have been there in the past too.
We're trying to get a lot of local flavor, so we've invited, like I said, Scott is coming back to play, and some of the other fellows from Indiana and the area that are coming. Mark Riggins from up the road in Lagodi is the minor league pitching instructor for all the St. Louis Cardinals. He's going to come and play. Tommy John from up the road at Terre Haute, and Tommy's been here before, and his 26-year career is certainly notable, and probably more is the surgery named after him, but he's going to be here. Kevin Brown with the Toronto Blue Jays from over at Winslow is going to play. We anticipate Sal Fasano, who went to U of E and is now catching with the Royals, to be here and be a part of that. A couple of others we have this year, Pat Underwood from Kokomo, who is one of the Underwood brothers. He and Tom pitched at the same time in the major leagues, which is kind of unique. You very seldom find two brothers that are pitching at the same time in there. In basketball-wise, we got Bruce Pearl from USI is going to play, Pat Graham, who's a good player at IU. We also have Billy Shepard Sr. and Billy Shepard Jr., who are going to participate. And there's, currently now we're holding at 35 or 36 celebrities, and we still have some that are uncommitted at this point that have indicated an interest in coming to play. Donnie Mattingly, one of the unique ones, we have Brady Anderson, who's with the Baltimore Orioles, that we found out has relation in Huntingburg, and we're looking at them to hopefully possibly come in, as well as Jim Riggleman, current manager with the Cubs, as well as Mickey Morandini. So it could be really a stellar event if we find out these fellas can play over the next 10 days to 2 weeks.
All this goes to benefit the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame located out at VUJ, and a lot of things going on. You mentioned a website and just the basic organization of the Hall of Fame. How's that going?
It's going pretty well. We're really happy with the website. It's a pretty good-sized website. It's really a pain in the hiney to get it up and going, because somebody's got to provide all that information for those folks out there at PSCI that are building that for us. So, and that usually ends up falling up at my house. So it's been a tough thing to get all the information, but we're finally winding down. We've got information about all the All-Star games. We got every All-Star player that's ever played up through 1998 on there. We have all of the 91 inductees pictures that are on the website, and right now I'm in the process of getting all of those that are still alive, getting a paragraph or two about each one of them that are on the website. It's going to be a little more difficult to get those that are deceased, but unless they're in the National Hall of Fame or nationally known, it's going to be a little more difficult. But we're getting pretty close to getting that thing through. We've got some other links that go along with that, as well as the state champions, the runners-up, the Mental Attitude Award winners, the Final Four, all the way through. So it's a pretty good-sized website, and we certainly appreciate them doing it for us. And one of the things we're looking forward to, hopefully, is construction and adding on. And Denny Oxley, who's our district representative, and a couple of other representatives have really been instrumental in trying to get money from the legislature to help us, because for some reason we can't get grants. And they did get us some money this year to help get us started with planning, and hopefully in the short session or the next one we'll be able to come up with the money needed to add on another 2,000 square feet. And that should take us to the point where We'll have to have somebody out there all the time then. We'll have gift shop, and it'll be like a museum type thing should be.
Anybody that wants to get involved in the Golf Classic, I guess they can call you throughout the day or maybe even at night, you know, to pass along that information?
Sure. They can always contact me here at school at Jasper High School, 482-6050. My home phone is listed in the phone book. There's also a couple of fax numbers, 634-1301 and 634-1768, which are both at the high school, and the people can contact me that way. Don't hesitate to call. There's a machine at home about either the auction if you want information, or if you'd like to participate. There are still a few spots open, individuals that want to play, and if there would happen to be a business that would want to do something in the way of rewarding customers or bringing in some of their customers, we could do that as well.
It's the 7th annual Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame. Thanks to Ray Howard for taking the time to visit with us. That will do it for 27 Minutes for this week. For the entire UPN 27 Minutes Happy Crew, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. Have a great weekend.